We're back with another Age of Mythology Retold point of view game. Today, we'll be watching from the point of view of mildly rusty Magic. Now, Magic is back in Age of Mythology. He had a bit of a hiatus, I think, just before the Japanese was released, and he said he would wait until there was some more kind of things going on before he came back. So there's been 2 civilizations, so he is back. He is also the original ISIS player. His ISIS on the old game, on what we like to call Legacy, is very, very strong. So we'll see what he can do coming back, claiming that he's mildly rusty, but he's also made his way, already made his way, let's say, to 1900 elo, which is around top 50-ish. So he's obviously still very, very strong, very, very competent. He did play AoE 4 for a while, so not rusty in terms of overall mechanics for RTS games. He's going to be playing up against Nyan Racing Cat, who is going to be Tezcatlipoca. Both these gods have had minor changes, or maybe Isis didn't really get changed. There was a change to Obelisk build speed from the priests, but I believe the Isis got counteracted with that buff, so that Isis doesn't affect her at all. And he has noticed infantry move faster, infantry movement speed +5. So you can roleplay as Set Spearmen, which can be nice. Set Spearmen in the early game are great raiders. And we're also seeing a very early house wall coming up. Now, for someone unfamiliar with what the Aztecs do, maybe this looks like a bit of overkill. Nyan's going to come in and be annoying. Nyan is such an annoying player to play against, but all you need to do is hit Shift S is your default hotkey, and it turns your villager into stand ground stance, and they won't get shooed away from this guy shooting his shot. But yeah, there's a very early rush with the Aztecs that is pretty strong if you're not prepared for it, but you can prepare for it with some walls up, and you can be absolutely fine. We see Nyan here is going to steal away the random archaic age god power from the other team. Happens to get prosperity this time. I don't know, I just find that funny that in 1v1s, it's not a random one that you're going to take. You're going to be taking exactly the one from your opponent. The temple's going to be coming up from Magic here. Did he go for the Flood of the Nile build? So no, he's going for a temple first, and then he does have quite a few on the gold mine, so wants to actually advance pretty quick. He also didn't get his pickaxe. This build is kind of telling me that he wants to advance fast, but then he doesn't have that many on the food, unless I'm just dumb. So we'll see what kind of uptime he manages to get here. No pickaxe, but maybe just forgetting that one. Then maybe that's part of the mildly rusty bit, because he did grab the extra wood. You start with 100 wood when you are Isis, and you need 108 wood to get the pickaxe upgrade. So he did gather that one lot of wood that you do need. So temple will be going up anyway. Also obelisks all around the middle of the map. As this is watering hole, the middle of the map is everything because of all these rhinos, all these water buffaloes here, some berry bushes even. If you can manage to get some sort of map presence in the middle, whether that's from your army, maybe a forward town center, something along those lines, then you can eat all these animals and be very, very happy with your life. Grass cutting sword is going to get pinched by the priest, as actually the warrior priest from Nyan did want to go grab that one, as there's lots of infantry units that he can build. And even if Magic doesn't want to build any, he wants to take it away from his opponent. And there is going to be that rush coming forward. So Infested Nest coming through from Nyan. Priest should be able to drop off the relic and run back if he's paying attention. You want to be, garrison him inside the Sentry Tower and even drop off pretty quickly. These large scorpions do a decent amount of damage early. And especially as Magic is not in the next stage, his Bast is about halfway through, and the Teshikpla is going to be coming in. And this guy can jump. I don't think he can jump over a house, though, but there is a tiny little 18 HP house that he can just hit once, and then he can jump, because this one isn't built. Nice bit of micro, though, to grab that one back inside the town center. A nice micro in general to bring all of the laborers away. This one should be able to get healed up by the Pharaoh, no problem. And then this one the villagers should be able to turn around and shank him. Not going for that one. There are some... Oh, the priest did lose his life on the front. He did manage to, with his last breath, get the grass-cutting sword inside the temple. The big hero goes down. And that is a sacrificed villager from Nyan's perspective to be able to do that. If you want to do that straight away, because there's no fighting going on. There's no tonali grabbed from the Aztec player. So he is straight down a villager, as we can see from this. So another jump in. It's going to be another Taishipla. Just to be super annoying, but I believe Magic has defended it pretty nicely. Unfortunately, his house wall did kind of not get finished. He's under all sorts of pressure. Sphinx coming in. He just doesn't want to lose that. Look at the damage on that guy. Absolutely ridiculous, but sacrificing the Sphinx to be able to just kill this guy off is probably worth it. And that is going to be it for the aggression for the time being in terms of Taishiplas. He should be able to get another one soon. I believe it's 12 favor, and he has almost got that. How the favor mechanism works for the Aztecs is he will slowly gain passive favor after sacrificing one of those villagers, and then for killing units off or units dying with your heroes around, you do get extra favor also. Most of the Scorpions did manage to spawn, but Magic trying to take this one out. He does have that barracks out, and then he does have the Axeman with a nice 4.5 speed, thanks to that relic. Is having to sit in his base for the time being, even though this is such a nice map for the hunt that we spotted earlier. But won't be able to go for it. Needs to at least get out a few units before that's coming, and then he has realized that he's forgotten pickaxe. It's just one of those things that if you haven't played the game for a while, you are just going to forget those kind of things. Large Scorpions coming in, and that one should be able to get away. Now, where'd you go from here? Because we haven't really seen Nyan build too many units. He's got his Scorpions. He's got a couple of priests out. We don't actually know what he's doing. He could potentially be going for a heroic cage off the back of this. He did sacrifice a couple of villagers, so it might be a little bit slow. He could just be going full classical army. That's something that a lot of Tezcatlipoca's do, is the full classical fight. The full War Hut barracks units are particularly strong. You can build similar to a Greek army. You get something similar to an Egyptian spearman, and then you get something similar to a Toxotes. And that combo is extremely potent. We see here there's just nothing. It's just warrior priests. So no buildings probably drop down for the player in blue here. It's going to be the priest looking around, spearman looking around, seeing that this one's closed off. So that means Nyan, if he wants to go on the aggression, he'll have to drop a dock down or run around this way. And yeah, just limiting the vision makes sense. The other option, we can actually see what he's done, is gone for a second town center. If you're not getting aggressed on, something else is happening, and that's what you do have to know. And Magic will definitely note there's a prosperity dropped from Nyan, as he has stolen that one away. And I think the Spearman should trade pretty well here, as long as the priests do go after this myth unit here, the big snake with the two heads. And the Taishipla forced out again, and if the Taishipla comes in, you just run away. That's going to be the best option for that, because this guy does only have limited lifespan. I think it's about 30 seconds that he lasts. Oh, he's gone invisible, but there we go. Line of sight reappears, and it's going to scare everybody back. There's so many of these guys have actually come through. I don't think he should be able to kill a priest off, especially with a bit of healing micro, if that one does come through. He's only got a little bit left. Just run, and you'll be fine. But either way, microing back, and that's another load of favor that's gone down for Nyan. Where does Magic go from here? He has spotted the second town center. Normally, on the majority of maps, you're going to spawn in a mirror to your opponent. So his base will be about here. Move over. Oh, down here. Close, right? Here. And so this is a second town center. And that is something that Magic knows 100%. And it looks like he wants to go Heroic Age, as he's got the majority of villagers on the food. Hasn't yet dropped his prosperity. So we'll be having access to that one a little bit later. He does want to move his Pharaoh over to the food to be able to go up to the next stage. Pretty sharpish. He only has one monument so far, and no armory, no market. So we'll have to be dropping that one. Or he could drop his own town center if that's what he wants to do. Looks like he's dropping a town center. I think that's fine. I think maybe he just changed his game plan because he's seen the town center of his opponent. He knows that there's quite a few back gold mines, or easy to defend gold mines. Got loads of hunt around it. I think it does make sense for sure. That's probably the easiest response to seeing a town center from your opponent. If you don't know what to do, just grab your own. That's going to be the easiest, safest bet 9 times out of 10, really. Because otherwise, it's up to you to get something done. Whether that's some sort of gold starve, something along those lines, or some max pressure, whereas this one, we said the gold starve isn't really on, so you have to pressure and push Nyan off of resources somewhere else, which might be quite difficult. And the priest vision flood is going to be coming through. Look how quickly these get built. 9 seconds for the ISIS player, and spamming up everywhere. And for those wondering, it is 5 gold. 5 gold and obelisk. It's so cheap. It's absolutely ridiculous. There is also a little bit of an opening down here. Magic will have to be aware of that one, and he is going Hathor, or Sobek. But he's decided to have the Hathor portrait, as he's an OG. So we'll be having that one. But Sobek makes sense if he wants to go into some camels, or if he wants to drop some more monuments down, get those crocodiles. The only thing about the crocodiles is the Teshipla from Nyan is probably the Tezcatlipoca version of it is probably the best one, because he can just straight up jump on that Petsuchos and probably one-shot it, maybe one hit afterwards. Look how many warrior priests there are. Warrior priest, Tekiwa archer combo for Nyan. So he is sitting in this classical age, as he spent, these cost like 70 gold each, and it's not even going to show up, is it? There you go, 60 gold each. Quite expensive. The Cometian spy is going to be having a look around. Does Nyan know about the town center? No, he doesn't. He doesn't know he's up against another town center, so he's wondering what's going on. And Hathor, about 15-20 seconds away. Magic's just going to try and wait for that one. The Axemen here don't get bonus damage against those warrior priests. I don't know whether Magic knows that, but they are just a fine unit to have to tank up anyway. They've got a lot of hack armor, so it kind of makes sense. Petsuchos unfortunately spawns this side, no waypoint down, and yeah, these warrior priests do big damage. Those flying units do have to watch out for that one. I imagine a Migdor's going down somewhere. There is 20 villagers on gold, so can drop that very quickly. Oh, looks like they are going to get a little bit stuck. But Tekiwa Archer goes down, and I imagine Stronghold coming up. No, Market going up, and then a nice wall across over here. Bit of a Locust Swarm to chase out the units, and the units are actually going to be running along with it. That's pretty rough. Some Tekiwa Archers going down. Nice placement to get just a little bit of chip damage done while he's chasing them out. And Prosperity was stolen again. That was just a second steal from Nyan there, rather than the usage from Magic. There's 20 villagers on gold, so I mean, he probably wants to use it pretty soon. And heavy Axemen even coming in. Now that there are Spearmen, the Axemen are going to have a pretty good time, but not up against this guy. You need just raw damage, and raw damage is not what Magic has. See how he manages to take this fight. Priests on this backside don't really have many myth units to go for. Those Scorpions are in there, but they're very difficult to hit. Literally just the heavy Axemen coming in. Heavy anything against medium. Just the heavy upgrade is absolutely huge, and yeah, just this big hack armor. Did he get another upgrade? I didn't see that. So he got extra damage for them. So extra damage and extra speed. Why not? Why not grab them? Essentially, like you've gone through Batar and getting that nice upgrade. And here comes the big Prosperity. Can also start to sell resources if he really wants to. He can, or buy food even. So just keep all his villagers on the gold mine here, and then just buy food with that one to go up to the Mythic Age, potentially. Could be a good option. Migdor Stronghold does come up in the front here, which is going to allow him to eventually secure this settlement on this side. Nice play getting the Migdor Stronghold over here. Rather than going straight out and then risk Nyan coming in with a bit of aggression and then forcing all those villagers back, I like the defensive Migdor. It's still forward, but it's just a bit more defensive, and then can move in over here. Priest healing up pretty nicely, and all the laborers going to also be coming over here with another gold mine. This map can often spawn pretty defensive. I mean, this is such a defensive variant with all these back gold mines, easy to wall up areas, and even just pushing forward to this granary, because why not? Absolutely, why not? It's like he's looking for some kind of chariot archers, potentially, just with the wooden gold that's sat in the bank, but just trying to go for camels for the time being, and then grabbing the settlement. That's why Prosperity is so strong, is he can go forward, drop double Migdor Stronghold and a settlement, get all these upgrades, and still have 700 gold sat in the back. Is he grabbing this one as well? Going up to 40 Cs? Why not? Pharaoh just sitting on this gold just to get even more gold income. And the settlement is going to be coming up in the middle. Now, instead of Mythic Age, it's just going to be a sit here and defend. Spam out as many units as he possibly can. There is going to be a Starfall on the side of Nyan. So if I was mildly rusty magic, I would be getting out some more priests. That is exactly what he's doing. He's got 8 priests here. I think Nyan might be able to spot this one. It's going to be very, very close. Yeah, just bail on that. I liked the idea, but maybe not worth it. And there's going to be a Starfall down on all these villagers. Yes, it doesn't do that much damage to villagers in terms of it doesn't kill them off, but it's these tits middles that come afterwards that are the real damage dealers, and the priest is going to be making its way over here. Only one villager goes down. The axemen are going to come back as well. I think the priest should be able to deal with this one very, very nicely. Aggression on the front from Nyan, but he doesn't really have any building taker-outers. Let's call it any siege weapons. There's nothing that's good against buildings here at all. Archers, spearmen, a myth unit. If you have a decent amount of them, most myth units are going to be good against buildings, but this one isn't the best. She's more of a raider right there. A nice pullback on this side. Another Migdal Stronghold coming down. He didn't get his upgrade. Didn't get Sundrive Mud Brick. Would have been a nice one. Again, that's an easy one to forget. I haven't played much Egyptian recently. I played earlier today, and I forgot about it after my 5th Migdal Stronghold, and then I realized, and there are 3 Migdal Strongholds up for magic, and I'm sure he'll realize at some point. Sundrive Mud Brick makes them stronger and cheaper, and build faster. Basically, good all-round upgrade for buildings. It's insane. Great Temple trying to come up from Nyan, but a nice spot from the rock. Basically, just using it as a expensive Pegasus. But does manage to find the vision that he absolutely needs. Nice pullback on those camel riders, so that the chariots can do big damage to the spearmen on the front side. Are there ballistics? There is no ballistics in. There is just shields upgrade to stop the annoying archers dealing big damage to his axemen. More than likely. Oh, random turtle rabbit on the backside. Priests, no match for the priests. These aren't even Nephthys priests either. If you went through Nephthys, they would be even stronger. But nice heads-up play. If you don't have these priests, then the myth units just run amok. The obsidian shards as well as Tezcatlipoca. If that guy's managed to stay as like a phoenix, will spawn a random myth unit. Pharaoh's going to come through here. Even sneak in the gold mine. No vision down this side either, so maybe it's a little bit greedy. But I think Magic mainly wants to deal with the middle, the same as Nyan. He needs to make sure that Magic doesn't get the settlement, or build some bits around it so that he can't grab it later. Great Temple looks like it's in a defensive spot, but it's so far back. The chariot archers do outrange it and can just rain fire down on those villagers, just happily trying to collect rhinos, but they cannot with the chariot archers here. Eagle Warriors against chariot archers. So Eagle Warriors, they do have the same range. They're slightly less speed, same range, but they deal big damage. Oh, Cecila's going to come through. Cecila is going to, unfortunately, that is going to be her last breath as the rain of chariot archer fires coming down. Champion or heavy war elephants coming through. Decent amount of war elephants. Kind of been hiding these. 5 of them. Need a lot of food income to make this happen. 180 food. But they're a great pushing unit when you're Heroic Age or Mythic Age for the ISIS. Is there a... there's no building for siege weapons, but these are essentially siege weapons anyway. They will tank a little bit better up against those spearmen as well, even though the spearmen do obviously get bonus damage against them. And just going head first into this fight. There are some Jaguar Riders in for Nyan, as that is one of the buffs to Tezcatlipoca, is you get these guys in the Heroic Age, and they're pretty strong, especially against archers if you can jump to the back line. The Tequila Archers doing a nice job on the backside, but the Chariots are not being touched at all. And Magic's very, very happy about that one. His front line is tanking for days, and also managing to grab his settlement. You love to see it. Doesn't stop on that one when it got cancelled earlier. Comes back. He knows what he wants, and sitting in this Heroic Age and pushing. Especially because a lot of players would have done that Mythic Age push, the Mythic Age timing that I mentioned earlier. Kind of bought some of the food, gone Mythic Age, maybe drop down Meteor here, and then you'd have so many less units, really. The unit power spike comes a bit later when you go Thoth, and you get those double units that spawn when your Pharaoh's empowering the Migdal. Great Temple will go down eventually. You need a few War Elephants, though, to get that done. Some Shorn ones on this side. Shorn ones against Axeman. I imagine it's pretty decent. There's a second Prosperity also. So 37 on the gold this time. The gold is going to shoot through so quick. He's got 3k left over here, 3k left over here. The gold income's going to be ridiculous, and that's when he decides to go Thoth. And we'll have a big influx of gold afterwards. And a Migdal... not a Migdal. Meteor. Begins with them. The same thing. Begins with them. Chariot Archers doing insane work. 3k damage between them. Just needs to run back, keep fighting these units. Actually doesn't even need to. Just stands his ground, and all of the Nyan units are going to be taking huge damage. Look at this, 300 damage a volley right there, or 250 damage a volley. Pretty ridiculous. They are going to start to go down now. The units do manage to jump on top. The Spearmen do have a little bit of a bonus against them. Teshipla makes sense to come in, tank for a little bit, while the archers on the backside do work. But Magic, his eco is stonking after that big gold increase that he managed to get from his prosperity. So he's got build units for days, spam units up to that 240 population. Could even get this upgrade, go up to a big 260 pop. Just another Migdal Stronghold coming down, so he can spam out even more units, even getting his bronze armor, bronze weapons. This is found. Oh no, this is going to be Nyan trying to also go for the gold mine. I thought maybe he'd been found with a bit of a raid, but not the case. Tried to go for the gold mine, and I believe Nyan must be out of gold on his side if he's going for that one. And that's what the pressure of the middle really gets you. Even going for the Leviathan as he's fighting kind of close to the water, so you get the free Leviathan if you whack down a dock. This guy can also be used as a transport ship, and he spawns for free. I always like that play as the Egyptians, when you can get that free transport ship of just 50 gold of whacking a dock down. Then you get your tanky boy that you can start raiding your opponent when they're really not expecting it at all. It's going to be Meteor potentially dropped on this army, or could wait for a big push that could come in a minute when he's got some more upgrades in, or some siege weapons, but decides to just use it straight away. There's so many buildings here. Absolutely makes sense. So many war huts. He's got 5 war huts. Even just taking those out is going to be big value, but also going after the army too. Absolutely max value with the Meteor. There's some low HP units that could be picked off by the Chariot Archers that are sat in the background, but the Chariot Archers, they're going after the villagers. They don't care about the units. Leave those for the camels, and the villagers are just going to be taken out. This is where Chariot Archers, this is where they absolutely shine, when they can just sit in the middle and just keep firing just constantly. And mildly rusty Magic with the victory. I think the only thing rusty about Magic was for getting upgrades. I think he played just as good as, or just as well as he used to. Is literally just forgetting those upgrades. And maybe if this was some kind of tournament setting, then that's going to bite you. But normally on your ladder games, just forgetting them a little bit, not a big deal, but good to see Magic back.